Well, obviously, I'm not dead. I know that was, I saw some comments about that. I think I'd seen something about that in Hensley's live feed last week. That I was dead too. Obviously not. Very much alive. Anyway, I just wanted to address a couple things. I managed to get pretty lucky and ran across Bill's video, Bill Mod. I think it was posted just a few hours ago. Dang. I don't really keep track of Bill like that. Yeah, 9 hours ago. He said some stuff. Whole bunch of lies, you know, as usual. I don't think that dude is capable of telling the truth about anything ever. He spends a lot of time backpedaling. He spends a lot of time trying to twist things into something that they're not, even though the evidence proves what it is. How long was this? This video is 22 minutes.
They crack on us, meaning the black guys, crack on the white guys at YRC, and we crack back at them. We don't have political correctness there. You're talking about they crack on us, meaning the black guys. True. Now, but I'm the racist. I'm the racist. True. Now, what did I say? I said, why are black people so fucking lazy? But what I should have said, and I didn't, and I admit it, why are black people here at YRC so fucking lazy? Not that I'm saying I was right, but they crack on us, meaning the black guys, crack on the white guys at YRC, and we crack back at them. We don't have political correctness there. You're talking about guys that were working there for 30, 35 years before YRC was YRC. So, you know, that's how we talked. All right? That's how we talked. So that dispels the first myth about me being racist. There you go. Now.
All right. So the first myth about him being racist. As you heard there, he's still saying that the comments that he was making were about people that he worked with, and they weren't. Okay, I made a video about this. The evidence is out there. I don't know anybody who's worked at YRC. You know, if you've happened to work at YRC, you know, maybe you could comment and let me know how often when you work at YRC you're taking loads into the dump, into the landfill, right? Now, I think that it would be pretty odd that the video that he's talking about lazy black people and about how they have to go to the landfill and hand unload all these skids, that at the same time he made that video just a very short time before that, another channel, Nick and Carla, had made a video about going to a landfill and having to hand unload all these skids and how they're not going to do it. Like, a lot of the stuff that he said in his video were stuff that they said in their video. But he still wants to say it's about people that he worked with. Actually, too, I do believe, let's listen to, let's see, here's my channel. I believe it was this one.
5 feet. Now, do it for you. Bring in any. Put it out. So the clip that Bill Mod was referencing.
Oh yeah, this ain't gonna happen. Like, we're gonna have to figure out a way to turn around before I do some shit like this. Hand unload 34,000 pounds. I'm telling you, this ain't it. This ain't it.
Pallet. So meaning we're gonna have to take the pallet out too.
Those who may be truck drivers to be like, you know, oh hell no, I'm not gonna do this. We're just saying we're not gonna do this. So yeah, we're gonna see how it play out. Okay, we just got a message in, babe. Oh, look, he said, no way, really? Let me see what I can do for you. He said, are you at the landfill now? I'm gonna say yes. We are.
You know, but the way this guy Mike Carter put that video up there, he put it in a way that isn't right. He didn't put the whole video up there. Okay, he really didn't.
Okay, Bill.
He really didn't. But that's okay.
All right, Bill. I'm going to give you one more opportunity to come clean. No? All right, let's continue.
So that's my word of the day. I had to say something because these women were driving me nuts with their bitching. Yeah, oh, we got into a landfill and we have to offload. Oh, I ain't doing that. Why do black people, why are they so fucking lazy? Can somebody tell me that? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be racial, but anytime there's any type of work to be done and a black person has to be there, they bitch and moan, man. It's oh my God, I get out the here, that's for your crying. Just do the fucking job, man.
Well, Bill,
You know?
now that
So, okay, so he mentions women, mentions any type of work. Oh, we got caught in landfill. Oh, you gotta hand unload all this stuff. Same stuff they're saying in their video. These two women, and who also happen to be black, and then then he starts making comments about like how black people are lazy, and then he still wants to, like, after all this time, he still wants to sit there and say that he was talking about his co-workers. He was talking about white guys and black guys, but he specifically mentions women in the thing, which is, I mean, it's kind of odd, isn't it? Like, hey, Bill, like, this is, how old is this video? This is from February of 2019, Bill. February of 2019. We're talking over 5 years ago. And you were still sitting, you're still sitting there lying about what you were talking about. It's just, I mean, it's crazy. Like, and you still mention me after all this time. You know, like I haven't been on YouTube in over 4 years.
What up, guys? Bill Mike.
All right, let's go back over here.
This guy Mike Carter. And for those of you who might not have been around during those days, so that dispels the first myth about me being racist.
I don't think that you really dispelled anything, Bill. All you're doing is you're just spreading more of your lies. The evidence is there, Bill. It's all out there, man. Like, you're not dispelling anything, okay? You were, like, all you're doing is saying that stuff that you said that's on video is a lie, that it didn't happen when it did.
There you go. Now, I've recently been asked, well, what happened with this guy, Mike Carter? And for those of you who might not have been around during those days, let me explain who Mike Carter is. Mike Carter is a lonely guy. I don't know why he wants to be part of my life, but he does. And in a strange way, he was part of my life for one day.
Like, I want to be part of your life, Bill. Okay. It's been almost 4.5 years. 4.5 years. And you still mention me. Like, pretty often. Like I said, dude, like, I'm not on YouTube like that. I go months and months at a time. Even longer, you know? A year. Like, and I don't think about you at all. You're, I keep looking over here, but I already made this video. I was making this video and then my phone died. And now that the charger is on this side, it won't fit over here. So, but anyway, you're still obsessed with me, and you're trying to make it seem like I'm obsessed with you. Like you're like you talk about me all the time. There I go again. I'm looking over here again where the camera usually at, but it's over here. Let's continue this.
See,
This is
let me
hilarious.
tell you this. My wife was a victim of a stalker before she met me. And she got a restraining order against the guy, and he went and violated that restraining order and went to jail for a year. My wife, during that time, was so scared, she moved here to New Jersey. And after a while, she, felt more relaxed and started dating, and I met her. But I'm gonna condense this. So
well, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. If his wife was stalked, I mean, that's obviously a very it's a shitty situation. Me messaging her, it wasn't to make her uncomfortable at all. What had happened is Bill called my job, tried to get me fired. My employer called me, told me that the dude called. And since the job that he was working at that point, which he was he worked for Bernard's Township in New Jersey as a like a operator or something. Like, I don't know what his actual job was. I had FOIA'd all the information back then. I'm sure if I went through my emails, I could find it somewhere. His employment paperwork, like his contract, his hire date, all this other stuff. He managed to get this job right after he got fired from YRC. His salary, like all that type of stuff. If I go back looking through my emails, I could probably find it. But like, the point is you called my company, okay? I have kids and a wife, and you get exposed on the internet when in the realm of YouTube that you wanted to be in, okay? You wanted to be in the drama space of trucking YouTube, and then you go on and you make racist comments about other YouTube truckers, and then you want to call somebody's job and try to get them fired for exposing you for stuff that you said. Okay, I didn't do anything, Bill. Like, I hadn't done anything that I could get fired for. All I did was expose a racist. And I mean, realistically, I didn't even expose you. Okay, you made that video and you posted it on the internet for everybody to see. You exposed yourself. I just chopped it up and made a video out of it. And, you know, it got a little bit of traction back then. Very little bit of traction, but it got some, you know. It got people talking about you. And if anything, Bill, really, instead of calling my job trying to get me fired, what you should have done is you should have sent me a message and told me thank you. I know.
Anyway, fast forward, we get married, right, in 2018? Yeah, 2018. March of 2018, we get married. Keep that date in your mind. Keep it in your mind.
Yeah, it's in my mind, 2018.
So one day, my wife calls me on her lunch hour at work and says, "Hey, hon, who is this Mike Carter? Why is he texting me?" Because you got to remember, she was a victim of a stalker, so she's a little bit afraid, right? Anybody would. Now think about this: if this were your wife, your girlfriend, whatever. Somebody texts her that they don't know her. They don't know him, right? So he texts her something that I had posted on either Twitter or Instagram, and I'm sure Mike Carter still has it, because he worships the ground I walk on, because he's always mentioning me.
I still don't have it, Bill, but I mean, it's still on YouTube. It's still in my video. If like we could show it on here, if you want. And then here you go with this, I'm always mentioning you. I haven't been on YouTube in 4.5 years, Bill. I haven't been on YouTube in 4.5 years. Your name got brought up in Hensley's live feed the other day, except I'm not the one who brought you up. I didn't mention your name. I popped into James Hensley's live feed and he was talking about something and I commented on it. And James Hensley is the one who brought up Bill Mott. Okay, I didn't bring you up. Of course, if somebody brings you up, yeah, like, I'm going to say something about it. I don't know what you, I don't know what you expect, right? Like, I haven't been on YouTube in several years. I don't say anything about you. You're making a comment about me at least every couple of months. And then I'm in somebody's live feed and they comment about you, and then what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be quiet, Bill? Not say anything because you think that I need to be intimidated by you because you make some fucking shitty videos and stuff? Like, you think I'm worried about a retard going on and saying some shit about me on the internet? Like, I don't give a fuck, Bill. I don't.
Kind of like the way Willie says I always mention him. But in
you
reality,
do always
I'm
mention
only
him.
Responding to what he says to me.
Responding to what he says to you. I don't keep up with William Worthington. I don't keep up with his live feeds. Like, I'm not into, like I said, I'm not into YouTube like that. But you are literally always mentioning him. You'll sit there and talk about how you have better things to do and you're not doing YouTube like that, but like, you're literally constantly bringing him up. Every video. Like, almost every video. I think I've seen a couple where you make some comments about some other people, but somehow William Worthington typically gets mentioned in those too. And it's always the same stuff, Bill. It's always the same stuff. Like, you gotta come up with some new shit, man. Like, I don't know how many times we have to hear you talk about how you live in a house and he lives in the welfare motel and you're a successful owner-operator and he works at Dollar General or Dollar Tree or whatever, the Family Dollar, wherever the fuck he works. Like, that's all you say. You talk shit about his wife, but then you think like your wife is untouchable, Bill? You're a fucking idiot, bro.
Now this guy, Mike Carter, he sent that to my wife. He sent something that I posted on Twitter or Instagram, and I don't know which one.
Yeah, I did that.
I don't even think I have those accounts anymore. And I don't know, maybe he thought he was joking around. Maybe he thought he was being funny with everybody here on YouTube. But my wife was...
No, I didn't think I was joking around, Bill. No, I didn't think it was funny. What I was doing was taking YouTube to a personal level, much like you did with me by calling my job and trying to get me fired and, you know, take food out of my kids' mouths, you know. And of course, that's something that you wouldn't understand, Bill, because you don't have kids. You had what was it, a stepson, right? Later in the teenage years or something like that, but you didn't have kids. You didn't have a family to support. You got your wife who supports you. You know, your wife owns your guys' house. You don't own your house, Bill. Your wife does. You know, I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure that you don't make all the money that you talk about how you make. I'm pretty sure your wife makes most of the money. I'm gonna dig into that a little bit more, especially now that you want to talk, like you want to say how I'm obsessed with you. I may actually just become obsessed with you. It may not be right away because I'm gonna have to go spend a couple of days locked up. But when I get out of jail, Bill, I'm gonna dedicate all my free time to you.
Freaked out. So, and what the context of that post was, back in 2014, I guess, I, on my off time from driving, managed a go-go bar. Or strip club. Willie makes fun of it when I say go-go bar. It doesn't matter. It's girls shaking their asses and showing their tits for money. You know, so I didn't know how to boost business. The guy that hired me said, I need my business to increase. And I'm no business manager. I don't know how to do that. So...
you just said, Bill, that you were managing a go-go bar. You were managing the business, but then you turn around and say that you don't know how to manage a business. I really don't know many people who are going to hire somebody to manage a business when they don't know anything about managing a business. Like, that really doesn't make any type of sense, Bill. But I mean, I guess there are some dumbass business owners out there. So I mean, it's possible, but I highly doubt it.
Basically, I called my friend in New York City that I had known for a long time, and he managed several go-go bars or strip clubs. And he said, if you want to make a lot of money, call this number. They have porn stars that dance at the strip clubs, and believe me, guys will come.
Okay.
So I did that, and make a long story short, the girl I called was Lucky Star.
Right.
And, you know, one thing led to another, and we made $38,000 at our bar in 2 nights.
Yeah, here he goes. Like,
We had a lot.
here's the other thing, dude. Okay, these typically, right, these people who go on the internet and brag about how much money they make and how much money they have, usually they don't have any money. I mean, it's like that in jail, right? Like, you get these dudes in there talking about, well, like, I was making all this money, all these cars and these houses and stuff, and I was dealing drugs or like whatever the fuck they were doing. But they're in there on a $10,000 bond and they can't bond out, right? It's like you're just doing a whole bunch of this when like you're really not living like that. And that's what Bill does. Bill does a lot of that. I don't know if his life just sucks that bad that he's got to make up this thing to try to impress people, or if he's delusional to where he thinks that he was actually making all this money. I have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure right around this time is also when he filed for bankruptcy, which is, I mean, kind of surprising. He's driving and managing a go-go bar and making all this money and stuff, but then he's turning around filing for bankruptcy. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
All right? Which, you gotta remember, that's 2014, that's 10 years ago. So that's pretty fucking good money, right?
Right. All right, let's, there's something else that I wanted to address. Where are we at? We're at 6 minutes and 51 seconds into there. So Bill said that he called his buddy in New York who manages a whole bunch of other go-go bars. And he was the one who told him to hire porn stars. And then that's how he got connected to this Lucky Star. And she came out and they were making all these things, right?
There's no reason to take it personal. No reason. No, you shut up, motherfucker. All right? There ain't no reason to take it personal. Over a year. And
Unlike you, I actually provide value to the companies that I work for, not racism.
something that was in my Twitter feed, which I haven't been on Twitter in over a year.
This is one of my videos.
And
That's
I
Bill
can't
Mott
even
talking.
remember
I don't
how
know if
to
you guys
sign
could.
it.
All right, so here, this is what he is.
Over a year.
This is what he's talking about right now. Okay.
I can't even remember how to sign on.
He's talking about how all the messages were from 2014 and they weren't. Let's see. How can I fucking turn this way? Hold on. I need to turn it this way. There you go. Let's see. I don't know if you can see right here the date when this one was posted on is, what is that, Twitter? Yeah, it's Twitter. 8:15 p.m. on February 8th, 2019. Hey, Lucky, it's Bill from New Jersey. When am I going to be able to see you again? There's nothing on there about, hey, Lucky, it's Bill from this go-go bar. Hey, when are you like gonna want to come out and work again or anything like that? There's nothing like that, right?
On Twitter, and I said, hey.
Where is he saying?
Look at that date again.
And one of the girls turned in.
All right, here's this part.
Look at that date again. When was that? Like a week ago?
It was like 2 weeks ago,
And
but
they liked working for me, and I built up a good rapport with them. And one of the girls turned in, get this one, to a porn star. But she still does the go-go bar circuit, as all porn stars do.
all right, that's Lucky Star he's talking about. Now, remember in Bill's most recent video, he says that he had got in contact with this guy who said get some porn stars to come in, and that's how you're going to make some money. He's saying this is all in 2014. But like in this video, he's talking about how this girl worked for him in the go-go bar and then she became a porn star, and that's why he was messaging her. It wasn't that she was a porn star and then he met her through this thing, right? No, it's more lies and inconsistencies. I kind of wish I had another phone right now so I could have both of these videos ready to go, but I got to keep switching between them. Before the Biden days in
So
2014.
over time, she would come back to the bar and dance like
Okay.
once every few months. You know,
As
it
a
wasn't just
porn-
her
she was a
bars,
porn
she did
star
couple
already.
bars. She made a lot of money too.
Uh-huh.
So I got to know her and her fiance at that time, and
Yeah.
you know, we used to hang out. No, there was no sex or nothing. And one day I said, because we made so much money the one night, I joked around, said, I profess my love for Lucky Star. She got mad because she didn't want to scare away any of the other customers, thinking that, you know, I'm like an obsessed fan, like Mike Porter is.
Okay, I'm an obsessed fan. All right. Let's let this play out for a second.
For the
Let's see where he
Biden
goes.
days.
Dude, what the fuck?
So, one day I said, because we made so much money the one night, I joked around, said, I profess my love for Lucky Star. She got mad because she didn't want to scare away any of the other customers, thinking that, you know, I'm like an obsessed fan, like Mike Porter is. So, I'm trying to think, because it was so long ago. So, that was it. I never went back on Twitter or Instagram. Or maybe I did.
You
just
did?
Messing around, but not with her. You know, just
You were with
seeing
her.
what it was all about. But I got tired of trying to navigate through it.
Oh, okay.
So I just said, fuck it, and I never bothered with it.
Oh,
And that was 2014.
yeah. So he is he's right about one thing, is those I profess my love for Lucky Star message was from 2014. That wasn't the point. The point is that he was messaging this porn star. He had said some other stuff. I don't remember what it was. But then 5 years later, Bill, being the obsessed person that he is, obviously, the way he keeps mentioning me, the way he keeps mentioning William Worthington, the way he is messaging this porn star after 5 years of stuff, right? Then he wants to go talk about how other people are obsessed. Let's find this. There it is. Let's go back
There's
over
no
here.
reason to take it personal.
I know, there's no reason to take a personal, even though it's
I don't know what's going on.
Alright, let's see. Oh, I believe this is it. Oh yeah, there it is. Let's see. Let me turn this over. No, let's turn it. Let's try to turn it this way. This will be easier. Yeah, there we go. I profess my love for you, Lucky Star. Not because you were Asian, because you are you. I want to be with you forever. Now, she got mad because she didn't want people to think that he was an obsessed fan. It kind of sounds like he is an obsessed fan. You see it right there. You see, this message was sent in 2014. What is that, April 21st? Yeah, 10:09 p.m. Seems kind of a weird time to message one of your people that you're working with. A message about how you love them and you want to be with them forever. You know, I'm a guy myself, obviously, and I know, like, I'm not messaging any girl after 8, 9 o'clock unless there's, you know, some other motive behind it, right? Or some other intention. Yeah, see, 10:09 p.m., 4/21, 2014. Bill, being obsessed that he is, this was on June 5th, 2014 at 7:43. I profess my love for Lucky Star. Yep, right there. Shit, I forgot about this one. And then a little bit later, 7:50 p.m., also on June 5th, 2014. I liked licking her pussy in New Jersey and hearing her moan. Crazy.
That's the way to keep.
All right, let's go. That's the first one. The first one that I put up on here. Also, the last message that I had from him to her at 8:15 p.m. on February 8th of 2019. That's almost 5 years after those messages were sent. Almost 5 years. Which, let's see. It'd be 5 years and... It would have been 5 years, 4 months after this, which makes it about 4.5 years, which coincidentally is like the last, like I made a video almost 4.5 years ago, and here's Bill still talking about me now, much like he was with Lucky Star. I don't know if he has some type of like, I mean, he makes it obvious here that when he has a sexual attraction to somebody, he thinks about them for several years, and he like messages him and he talks about them all the time and all this other stuff. So I'm wondering if maybe Bill doesn't have some type of sexual attraction to me. What is this?
That's the way to keep. Are you a manager, a fan, or an actor? Like, I don't know what's going on here, Bill. So going after their fan. Are you a manager?
I thought I saw another message. Oh yeah, there it is. When were the other ones sent? June 5th? He said he didn't want to seem like he was an obsessed fan. Then you have your business partner, John, threaten me and my family. That's how you treat a loyal fan. Wow. Which is interesting, because I thought he was a managing a go-go bar and they were business partners pretty much, right? Apparently she already had a business partner, John. I may do later. I actually may see if I could get in contact with this Lucky Star lady and find out if she ever worked for Bill in a go-go bar, and how they made $38,000 in 2 days. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Alright, let's go back to Bill's video again. Let's see, I hit all this back and forth.
Loyal fan?
Stop. I think he said some more shit too. I'm pretty sure. We'll find out. We're 6 minutes and 51 seconds into it.
You just don't. It limits your earning potential.
Oh, that's the wrong video. This is something about him crying about how his heart's broken.
And you make, I'm just throwing a number out there.
Why does he have multiple
Let's say you make
channels?
$500,000 in a year. Well, how would you like it if the government
There
can...
it is.
I met my wife in 2016.
Okay.
That's 2 years afterwards, right? 2014, 2016. Then in 2018, we got married. But he said that in 2018 when we were living here in our house that we just bought in 2018.
So you're living there in the house that you just bought in 2018. You met your wife in 2016. 2019, we know that you were working for YRC. So why were you messaging the porn star, stripper, go-go dancer girl in 2019, Bill? Like, were you still managing the go-go bar in 2019? Is that what it was?
Right? And that's how I remember it, because
That's how you remember
my
it.
wife had an hour to now home and stuff.
Okay. That's how I remember it. You know what that is, right? It's when somebody knows that they're lying to you, they say stuff like that. It's like, well, I think this is the way that it happened, or that's the way I remember it, stuff like that. That way, if they get called on their lies later, they could be like, well, I didn't say for sure it happened this way, but I was just saying I think this is what happened. Maybe I'm misremembering, stuff like that. They're giving themselves an out. He is leaving himself an out because he knows that he is lying right now. That is something that, like, if you go get interrogated by the police, that is something that they're looking for. That's how they know that you are lying. Okay, that is an indicator of deception.
A half-hour commute. So she called me up on her lunch and she said, "Hon, who's Mike Carter? And why is he sending me something from, I forget, Instagram or Twitter. From like 4 years ago?" I said, "I don't know."
Well,
She goes,
from 4 years ago and from like just a couple of weeks prior, but yeah.
She said, do these idiots on YouTube really think I'm that shallow? I'm gonna leave my husband for bullshit on YouTube? Because she knows what YouTube's all about. She does. My whole family does. They tell me to get out of it all the time.
Probably because you're making yourself look like a fucking idiot.
Incidentally, guys, I am getting out of it. At least this genre of YouTube. There's another genre that needs my attention.
Oh.
So my wife came home.
Uh-huh.
She showed me the text. Actually, she texted it to me. Took a picture and texted it. And when she got home, I said, "Well, what do you want to do?" She said, "I want to call the cops. I don't know who this fucking guy is. I don't know what he's capable of. Do you?" And I said, "I don't even really know." So my wife was a victim of a stalker, like I had said earlier. And guess what? My wife said, "I'm calling the cops." And she did. And she did. Now, I admit it. I called Mike Carter's job, PG&T. And I said, "Don't send that guy to New Jersey. Seems like he's stalking me and my wife." I mean, and I told him the story. Now,
all right, that's funny. It seems like he's stalking me and my wife. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this video, but
see, unlike you guys, I don't bring your names up. I got better things to do. Me, Mike Carter, you fucking jerk off. Yeah, Mike Carter has said shit to me. He said he made a face group. I blocked Mike Carter because Mike Carter, if you do watch this, I'm not gay, man. I'm happily married to a woman, beautiful woman. I'm not gay. Never have been. Okay? Now, I realize Mike Carter put up a video about me. Whatever your sexual orientation is, like, you know, like Mike Carter and William Worthington called him out. You know, like Mike Carter says I did. What I believe to be Mike Carter. Using my likeness for those people that viewed that video that Mike Carter put up about what I said about black people. If you or Mike Carter forced me off of you know, whatever. As far as Mike Carter goes, I don't know what's going to happen with YouTube tomorrow. But to say, oh, you shouldn't wish death on anybody. I do wish death. I do. You know, if he's going to make my life miserable, then I do wish death on him. Sorry. It's the way it goes. Fuck you, Willie. Fuck you, Mike Carter. And a double fuck you to Ike Stevens. But I want to thank you for that, Mike Carter. And whoever else, because now I'm on unemployment, I'm going to let people like Mike Carter and you good folks out there take care of me. You know, because, especially Mike Carter, because you guys have attraction like that, Mike Carter and William Worthington seeing me. And you weren't too friendly with Mike Carter back in the day. It's amazing how Mike Carter, I could rip you to shreds. Shreds, man. I'm 50. I don't know how old you are. You're a pussy, man. You're a big pussy. That's all you are. And Mike Carter, you need to stop going on people's live feeds pretending you're me. That must have been dickhead Mike Carter or something. I hope you're proud of yourself, Willie, and Mike Carter. I'm sure you'll Mike Carter. I mean, I don't even know what to say about you. I mean, you're just the biggest piece of shit in the world. And this way, maybe you guys should start questioning Mike Carter, huh? Because I ain't gonna be around for it anymore. So you might want to stop one. I'll tell you what, Mike Carter, why don't you, when you come through New Jersey, if you're a real truck driver, why don't you do? How's that, Mike Carter? But you won't do that because you ain't got the balls. You ain't got the balls. All right?
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on a minute. See, he's invited me to New Jersey. And he's telling me that I'm not going to go because I don't have the balls to go. All right? Because Bill's just this big, scary, intimidating guy. Come on, Bill. Come on.
I told him the story. Now, Mike Carter says they laughed at me. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But guess what? If you're in this area and they know about it now, and something happens, they're liable. They're liable. I'll be a very rich man. So, I'm no YouTube lawyer either, but, you know, the cops were made aware, and they actually stepped up patrol. See, I don't have to worry, because I have 2 or 3 cops that live on my street. I don't know if the other guy still is.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right. So, I'm a big pussy. But you're the one who calls the police on me. Like, you go do all your little fucking tough talk on the internet. You call the police on me. You call my company, tell them, don't let this guy come to New Jersey. You have the police step up patrols around your house. And then you want to go in there and invite me to go to New Jersey, and then you want to start talking about how I'm not going to show up because I'm a big pussy, Bill? Like, who's a big pussy? Like, you're literally exercising everything that you can to be able to keep me away from you. Like, up to and including calling my company and telling them don't let him come to New Jersey. Even though, like, I didn't even go to New Jersey, Bill. That's not what I do in trucking, okay? What I do in trucking, I don't go to New Jersey. I really don't go much of anywhere. Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan sometimes. Every now and then I'll cross over into Pennsylvania, but that's very rare, like once a year maybe. And even then I'm just crossing right over the border, like I'm within a couple of miles from Ohio.
I think he retired. That's why I say 2 or 3. I try to be accurate. But I know 2 of them that are. So I really don't have to still as a cop. I think he retired. That's why I say 2 or 3. I try to be accurate. But I know 2 of them that are.
Yeah.
So I really don't have to worry.
All
they
right.
had very sophisticated cameras. very, very clear cameras.
Okay, Bill.
So that was that.
All right.
And the cop came here. He took a report from my wife. My wife showed him the text.
Uh-huh.
And that's it. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't playing with nobody on YouTube because you don't know who you're dealing with nowadays. You got school shooters. Hey, look on Mike Carter's video. He's got gun holsters.
Yeah, like
I don't know how many weapons.
Yeah, Bill, I have gun holsters. I'm a gun owner, yes. I live in a free state, unlike you. And then, and here's the thing, okay, why, if you don't know what people from YouTube are going to do, why are you always going on there and calling out people from YouTube and talking about how you're tough and you're not afraid of anybody and you're going to do this, but then you turn around and call the cops on them and you start talking about all these cameras, like, oh, there's cameras all around. Like you go on and you front like you're something that you're not. And then you list off all these reasons why they shouldn't show up. Here's the thing, Bill, okay? There's some of us out here who, like, really just don't give a fuck, man. You think I give a fuck about the police in New Jersey? You think I give a fuck about the cameras? Okay, I don't. I don't, Bill. If I wanted to hurt you, I would. Like, I'm that guy, Bill. I am. This is why it's funny, dude, because like you're pretending to be something that you're not, and at the same time showing everybody that you're not what you've been pretending to be, man. It's funny.
Firearms this guy's got.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I got quite a few, Bill.
You know, I don't know why he's so obsessed with me.
Oh, I'm obsessed.
You know, and I don't know if
Again, 4.5 years later, you're still talking about me.
You know? I don't know what you want me to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Is he mad because I insulted Willie? No, I don't insult Willie. I tell Willie the truth. He's a fat slob. Alright? So let's move on. I already covered the black thing. I covered the Mike Carter thing. Let's move on to the owner-operator failure. I did fail as an owner-operator because I didn't know enough. I wasn't educated.
At the point that you said you wanted to be an owner-operator, Bill, you weren't even in trucking. You were working for...
And thought I could do it.
No, you weren't, dude. We've already been over all that, too.
Handed to me. I did.
You've lied about your experience all the time.
With failing once in a while. It lets you know you're human, and it lets you know, all right, I made this mistake, so now I got to do this. Guess what? I got a truck now. It's paid for. Freightliner. Right?
Right.
I have nothing to impress anybody with, nothing to show anybody, and I'm not.
You know, so that was a slip there. He said that he has nothing to impress anybody, and he has nothing to show anybody. It's because he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have a truck. He's not an owner-operator. He said it himself. I have nothing to show you. I have nothing to impress you with. Instead of being like, I have no reason to show you. I have no reason to try to impress you. He's just saying, like, he literally said he has nothing to use to impress anybody. He's like, he's getting himself worked up. And then he's saying the stuff, but then he's giving all the signals of being deceptive at the same time. Like, it's amazing, okay? And if you were to spend, like, if you were to go and study things like the Reed technique and body language analysis and shit, I forgot what the other thing's called, where like you could listen to patterns and breaks and stuff in people's voices and certain words that they use and the way that they word sentences and stuff. Now, like, of course, some of that is going to be regional, based off of where you live and the way that people talk, but there's certain things that people will say that show that they're lying. Like, their brain isn't being able to keep up with their lies like that, and that's what's happening with Bill here. He's literally falling apart, and I think that's why he's probably going to try to switch to a different part of YouTube, start making videos about something else, which is kind of odd for somebody who doesn't have the time. Like, he's always saying that he doesn't, but
I'm not. There's no reason for me. People will say, well, Bill, how do we really know you got a freelance? I don't give a shit if you know or not know. And not my fucking problem. I ain't got nobody here to impress.
That's the other thing, Bill, okay? Like, if you don't care if people know or don't know and you don't have anybody to impress, then why are you always bringing it up? Like, you literally are trying to impress people by bringing up something that you're literally sitting there saying isn't really any of their business. Like, Again, like it's all signs of deception, okay?
All right? But yes, I did fail as an owner-operator.
Yeah, we know.
I'm a success now.
You're a lease operator.
You know, guess what, Willie? I live in a house.
Okay.
Let's look at failure versus success. I live in a house. You
See, here
live
he
in
goes
an
with the same
apartment.
shit he
Call it
parrots
whatever
every
you
video.
want. Lanai, whatever. You live in a shithole.
Uh-huh.
All right? I live in a house.
Okay.
I have 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. You know, I have a nice backyard. I have an attic. I have a basement.
Wife
What
that
do you
you're,
got?
or a house that your wife
What do
owns.
you got? You got 3 or 4 rooms.
Uh-huh.
You have your kitchen, you have your lanai, you have your living room, and you have your bedroom. That's what you got. That's all you got. For 60 years on this earth, that's all you got to show for yourself. You are a pathetic piece of shit. Pathetic. Your only fucking thing in life is YouTube. That's why anytime your channel gets taken down, which it will again, you are so desperate to go back on YouTube because you have nothing left. Nothing. Look at what you're married to. And she's getting fucked by JF Trucker. If that don't say enough, nothing does. Oh my God. And
I don't know
let's
what
look
he's
at
talking
the
about
facts.
right now.
You fucked a Down syndrome person. You fucked your aunt. Oh my God, I'm not saying your aunt has Down syndrome. I'm
I
saying
don't know
you
anything
fucked
about
a
any
Down
of that
syndrome
either. I don't
problem, then
know.
you're-
I know he's talking about
Oh
William
my
Worthington,
God.
but I don't.
See, right there, that
I don't know anything
correlates,
about
right,
that.
guys? Willie fucked his aunt. His uncle knew about it.
I've heard stuff about the retarded
JF
girl
Trucker
before,
fucks his
but
woman, and Willie knows about it. You see how the family cycle goes? There you go. Right?
right.
There you go. As far as the GP transcode thing, it's pretty hard to say they didn't give me a job when the first day there they gave me a key to a truck. When they coded me in, so to speak. They handed me a tablet. You don't get those things if you're not hired, Willie.
Okay.
I know you've been out of trucking a long time, so you say. I mean, I have yet to believe you were a trucker. Yet to believe it. All right? But you are so full. You're the fountain of misinformation. All right?
Mm.
As far as GP Transco goes, the fairing was fucking being held together with zip ties. There were other problems with the truck, plus it was dirty. I refuse to put my CDL on the line for a truck that's questionable, not roadworthy, okay?
Because it was
So,
dirty and the fender was hanging off.
Yes, I drove my own truck there because that was the height of the pandemic. And you want to know what I did, Willie? From there, I didn't come home. I went right to Core Trans in Kentucky. It's a good company to work for, guys. Core Trans in Kentucky. Small, right? I went right there and I worked. So anybody wants to verify, go ahead. I worked. All right? And you want to know why they hired me? Because their guys were afraid to come up here. They didn't want to come up to Jersey, upstate New York. Right? Now, they didn't do New York City, so I can't say I went to New York City with them. But I went to upstate New York, I went to Maine, I went to all over.
Wow,
the
Bill.
Northeast. They didn't
Wow.
want to come up here.
Dang, upstate
So
New
they
York.
hired me. And that's that, Willie. You know, I don't take chances with my CDL. That's why you live the way you do, and I live the way I do. See, I don't have to videotape every restaurant I go to, every bar I go to. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. I went to the Philippines in September for 2 weeks. 17-hour plane ride each way.
Mm.
You should have saw those beaches. They make Siesta Keys look like a shithole. And anybody that's been there will tell you the same thing. So, there you go, Willie. There you go. You are nothing but a loser. You'll always be a loser. And stop challenging people to come into your live feed. That's all he's doing, guys. Oh, nobody wants to hit the link. Then we hit the link. I can't tell you how many times I hit it. He either bounces you out because he don't like what you're saying, or he talks over you.
Hold on, listen. He said stop challenging people to come into your live feed if you won't let them talk. But then you have Bill who's challenging people to come to New Jersey to fight him. But then he calls the police and calls your job to try to keep you away from there.
Or he just bounces you out from the beginning. Nobody even knows.
And here's the other thing, okay? We already know that like William Worthington is I've never had any problems with William Worthington personally. I mean, he's said a lot of stuff that like I don't agree with. He's, you know, but he's an older dude, and I understand addiction, and obviously he's, you know, obviously he's a bit of an alcoholic, and I'm sure some of that is when it affected his brain. But I generally don't think that he's like a huge pussy like Bill, you know. I mean, somebody showed up to fight him, and at least William Worthington went outside and stabbed the dude, you know. Like, Bill invites you over to fight, and then he does everything that he can to make sure that you're gonna stay far away from him. Like, he's gonna make sure the police are driving by, make sure there's cameras around to catch you, and call your company to make sure they could take away at least one of your ways to get there. Like,
that's why when he says, "Oh, this retard, I'm getting rid of him," that's what I mean. But yet, in the next breath, he says, "Where are all the tough guys at?" Not that I'm a tough guy, because I'm not. But
some of the talking that you've done over the years, Bill, has been like you're tough. Like, you've literally talked about how you're not afraid of it. Like, you could beat up anybody on YouTube. Like, you've said that. Like, anybody in the trucking space, you could whip their ass pretty much. And like, you'll sit there and pretend like you're tough when you start trying to call people out to come to New Jersey. Me specifically, like, you've done that multiple times, Bill. And there's a huge reason why. There's a couple of reasons why, actually. I've never actually went out to New Jersey to take you up on your offer. Number one is because I'm not necessarily prepared to get locked up over anybody from YouTube. Now, if like you were to come out to my house, it would be a completely different story. But I'm not going to travel and go to another place and get into a fight to prove something to somebody who I don't need to prove anything to anyway. And then, like, the other part of the reason, Bill, is like, you can see right through that tough guy act that you try to put on. Like, it's obviously it's fake. Like, you don't even have to say that you're not a tough guy. Like, people could watch your video and the way that you're talking to them and know that, like, you're pretending to be something that you're not. Like, you're using words to try to intimidate people, because in real life you're actually just a huge pussy.
Come on, man. You know, don't bounce me out after you tell me to hit the link. And I know this has gone long. I know it has.
I haven't watched any
We're
of
at
this
the
part.
almost 20-minute mark. This is my longest video yet. And to anybody asking me to go into Willie's live feed, because I do get text messages asking me to go into Willie's live feed, asking me to
We still got like 3 minutes of this shit.
debate him and shit. He ain't worth it, guys. He's a nothing. He's a nobody. He's a piece of shit. He couldn't hold my fucking Nike sneakers. He couldn't hold anything.
What does that
He
even
couldn't
mean?
hold the keys to my truck.
What does that even
I'm
mean?
way
too?
above
Like,
it. And to anybody thinking about riding with this motherfucker, look what he did to his buddy Windsor. Even him and Big A were good friends at one time. Alright? And sooner or later, Willie, and it won't be me, somebody will come down there. Somebody will. You don't know when?
haven't you talked about like how you're gonna go down there, Bill? I mean, I think one of the first videos that I had made that had any sort of reference to you was like mocking a video that you had made talking about how you were going to go to Matt's and you were going to be walking around in case anybody wanted to try anything with you because like you're a tough guy, Bill. Come on, man.
You don't know how bad they're going to get you? Because you're not the only one that owns a Pew Pew. I don't own one. I'll be honest with you, I don't own one. But you keep pissing off the wrong people, Willie. I mean, you got COPD. Where the fuck?
Uh-oh. It's time to wake up.
That's why I would never fight him, guys, because it's a lose-lose.
Mm-hmm.
If I beat him, I beat a 6-year-old man with COPD.
Okay.
If I lose, yeah, right. But if I lose, you got beat by a 60-year-old man with COPD. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And Willie, I'm only 5 years younger than you. How come I have all my teeth? How come I start my CDL? Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? So, I don't know what to tell you guys, but the reason I went a little long, I hope I dispelled a little of the myths that are out there, and for the new guys, I hope this gives you a little bit of clarity, because I'm not afraid of anybody here on fucking YouTube.
Here he goes with his tough guy talk
The
again.
only guy I would ever be afraid of is Apocalypse. He's the only one. And maybe Larry Williams. Because, you know, he was in the ring like I was. So, those are the only two I feel. The rest of it, no. 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 I don't fear anybody. I don't fear anybody. But that's all I gotta say. So, again, keep listening to Fountain Misinformation.
Well, that was it, man. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know how unself-aware this dude is. I gotta start getting ready. I got about an hour and a half until I'm gonna think about getting out of here. I need to put on some pants. I'm in my boxers, just hanging out. I may make some breakfast, and I may walk into the truck stop. I got a shower last night. I may go in and get another one. I don't know yet. I got time. But definitely, I'm gonna go get fuel. But I'm parked right in front of the fuel islands. Actually, fuel islands are right over here. I'm in a parking spot. And there's the fuel islands. So I may go. I don't know. Like I think I've said everything that I needed to say. So I guess that'll be it.